Hey, Caitlyn.
Hey, Danny.
Good to see you again. Just for everyone's joining us, where are you located at?
I am based in New York City.
Nice, nice. Love it. And you just finished the AI-powered UX course. And how was that experience? How would you describe that in one sentence to other designers?
It was empowering. I feel like I really came a long way. I think that the biggest difference it made for me personally was just in my confidence as a designer, because I have a whole nother set of tools in my toolbox now.
hmm And I remember that in terms of that confidence, at the end of the first lesson, you said something that was interesting, I thought. Do you remember that?
Yes, when I said I'll be the most powerful person in the world at the end of the course, something like that.
Yeah. I hope you still feel that way. I hope that actually happened.
Yes.
So let's talk about the before state, before you joined the course. What was your relationship with AI before you started the course?
I was somewhat familiar. I would say I was an intermediate, like I very familiar and already using ChatGPT, but in terms of really integrating it into my workflow for design, I had not fully realized the potential.
Mm-hmm. And but sounds like you knew there was more. That's why you joined the course, right?
Yeah.
And what were the problems that you wanted to solve by joining the course?
The job market is very competitive, and I wanted to put myself in a position where I could be competitive. And I knew that AI could probably help me build my skill set and make me more attractive to potential employers.
Mm-hmm. So you wanted to be more competitive by adding the AI skill set. Yeah.
Yeah.
So how did you hear about the course?
through through LinkedIn.
Through LinkedIn. Well, we're connected before that. We used to work together, so probably
No,
that with that.
yeah.
But still, like, what made you decide to take the leap and enroll them? Because that was a big commitment.
I'm in the job market and I felt like it was a worthwhile investment in my job search. I really wanted to try to control every variable I could because it's just such a competitive, unpredictable market. And I knew that this would give me a leg up. And that's why I decided to pull the trigger and do it.
Mhm, mhm. And what was the biggest aha moment during the course that made you feel like, oh, okay, this is actually something that I was looking for?
I think it's just the tools that I was exposed to that I didn't even know exist. And I like to think that I keep up on LinkedIn and I'm somewhat in the know about what's going on in AI, but I really did not. There's a lot that I didn't know, even something like a tool like Magic Patterns. Um,
hmm
I didn't know existed, and now I do.
hmm Were you overwhelmed by the tools before the course or during the course?
Not really. I think because I was already using ChatGPT and familiar with how AI worked, I felt comfortable in a way that I wasn't intimidated by it.
Yeah, you're ahead of the curve already. You were already ahead of the curve compared to other ones, other people, because you already exposed to those. And now I'm curious to hear about your experience in this course compared to other like workshops or other courses that you took in the past. You talk a little bit about that?
I feel like the biggest advantage of this course is that I walked away with tangible skills that felt practical that I could apply right away. A
Mm,
lot of I've taken graphic design courses and I still walked to a lot of it was theoretical. This
mm, mm.
I felt like even after the first class, I had learned things that I was able to apply on the job immediately.
So even after the first class, you got something that's really practical.
Yes.
Can
Yeah.
you elaborate more on what those were?
I think in the first class you introduced us to magic patterns, and for me, skill area that I am trying to develop
Mhm.
is my visual design, and like for me, I struggle from going from like user flow or concepts to actually like deciding on a layout and wireframing, and to feel like I have an intern to just bounce ideas off of and give me ideas of here's an idea for even just a layout. For me, I like whenever I see a blank page in Figma, like I almost get writer's block. So now I feel like I don't have that problem anymore because right off the bat, I have something that is just like a really quick source of inspiration that I don't have to rely on totally. Like I'm not just generating UIs in magic patterns and then calling it a day, but it's helping me have really refine my ideas and have better quality output.
And sounds like that also helps with your confidence in executing the design.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Very cool. And what are other tools that you had never heard of before the course, but now you use regularly? Are there any other
Uh,
ones?
AI Studio I use occasionally. A couple weeks ago, I got stuck trying to prototype something in Figma and it just was not doing what I wanted it to do. So I pulled up AI Studio and I shared my screen and it walked me through and found where the issue was and fixed it for me. So now I've tried that with a few other issues and it's been a big help.
Nice. Now you have your own intern, you have your own IT support, your code.
Exactly.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm really glad to hear that. Now, you completed a capstone project during the course, right? How do you feel about that capstone project?
It felt easy to do. I mean, really using AI to go through and you're still going through the design thinking process, but you're able to iterate and go through ideas much faster. And
Mhm.
the output, I used Lovable.
Mhm.
It would have to manually have done all that would have taken me so much longer.
So how much time did you spend on that versus an estimate of how much time you would have spent without the AI tools?
I don't remember off the top of my head how much time I put into the project, but I think I would have easily spent 4 times more easily
And how
not
about the
using AI.
quality?
The quality is probably better, especially when you're using a tool like Lovable. I there's less room for error. Like when you're creating pixel perfect mockups in Figma, you're really like you're in there pushing pixels, and if one thing is a couple pixels off, it'll look off. You don't have to worry about that in Lovable. It defaults to you have to refine it to get it to look the way you want it to look, but it does it goes a lot faster.
So like the from 0 to like 80% is so much faster, and then you still need to refine it. But
Yeah.
now that also boosts your confidence, seems like, because you can move so much faster. And from what I'm hearing, the quality is also pretty good.
Yes. And I think for me, the biggest impact is on my confidence because I used to get so anxious at the start of projects when you realize, oh, this is so big. This is overwhelming. Where do I start? This is going to take forever. Here, you can it's really just iterating really quickly and then refining.
Hmm.
And it's a lot less overwhelming to know I have
That,
these tools at my disposal.
that's really cool to hear. Now that you've got these tools and these workflows, right? How do you feel about your marketability? Because that was like the reason why you joined the course, right? Do you feel like you're more competitive? Can you talk about
Yes.
that?
Yes. And the other side of the coin is that part of the course was learning about patterns for AI design. So not only am I more equipped to use AI in my process, I am able to talk more about design patterns for AI. And so that opens up a whole, another possibility of products I could potentially work on.
Speaking of that, do you have any new project ideas?
Not yet.
I know that you've been busy with the new gigs and whatnot, but I'm just curious because it's quite common for people to realize that, oh, now I can do this. Now I want to
Yeah,
do that.
I have a couple, but nothing that I've actually really put a lot of work into to think through, see if they're worth pursuing.
Okay, okay. So what would you say to someone watching this who's scared about AI taking over their job?
I feel like it's silly to say my attitude right now is almost if you can't beat them, join them, which is not, I hope I don't regret saying that one day. But for me personally, my perspective is that it's happening, it's changing. And if you're going to be one of those people who just refuses to get with the time and learn it, you're doing a disservice to yourself and you're limiting your career longevity. So I've personally decided I want to be on the side of the people who have this sort of training and can 10x their output rather than people who just refuse to learn it. So
it's not going away, and you rather become more powerful and influence where it's going rather than just like hiding from it.
yes, and I also think maybe I can play a part in showing people like on the teams that I work on, oh, look how I'm using AI in my workflow, but in a way that it's clear that I'm still central to this process. I'm just using the AI and it's making me more effective and more productive, but you still need me there. And if you can, I can teach people that that's the way to go rather than just thinking, oh, we don't need a product designer now because we have this software. I think we can play a role in shaping that as well.
Yeah, sounds like that's the realization that I've been hearing quite a bit and throughout the length of the course. People saying that, oh, I'm actually still needed.
Yes.
Driver's seat, nice. So now just one last question. Let's say it sounds like you were like already convinced that this could help you in your career, right? If let's say there was somebody listening and they're not sure whether to take this course or not, what would you tell them?
I think more than anything, this is the skill that will probably set you apart in the next few years. And if you're not sure, you're decided that you want to expand some in some skill area professionally, this is the route to go because it will make you more marketable, but it will also make you more powerful as a designer. And for me, like I said, the biggest difference is that it's really boosted my confidence. Like I feel like I can do a lot more than I was doing even 8 weeks ago.
Very cool. So with that, I would like to thank the most powerful person on the planet for doing this interview. Thank
You're
you, Kit.
welcome.